Well, good morning. Here we are again. Now we're in the upper cellar tasting the newly bottled 2023 Forman Chardonnay. I'm actually resting on the barrels in which this wine was fermented. As you can see, not a lot. About 25 barrels is all we make every year, much less than what we make of the Cabernet. Turns out being around 500 cases of wine finished in the bottle, whereas the Cabernet is usually around 2,000, 2,500 cases. The Chardonnay, let me pour a bit. As I said, it was only bottled a few weeks ago, the 11th, I think it was, of June. It's a wine that I designed the likes of almost 50 years ago when I was making wine at Sterling. At UC Davis, in the graduate program, I spent one harvest at 67 at Stony Hill, Chardonnay producer, and that was highly influential on me. So I went to Burgundy before I really started making wine at Sterling, and lo and behold, with all my techie background from UC Davis, my eyes were wide open with the unbelievable traditional method in which they made wine. I thought, this is novel. I'm going to go home and try this, and they allowed it. So I did this very traditional Burgundian style wine, sans or without mallow, and I've been doing it ever since for the last 50 years. This vineyard I acquired actually as a partnership in 1985 and continued up to this day making wine from the vineyard. It's in Rutherford. So again, really more Cabernet country than Chardonnay country, but I weave my way around this by not picking the grapes so ripe the way many people in California do, and I don't allow the mallow. So I still am able to attain this minerality, this sense of balance without the heaviness. I only use about 15 to 20% new barrels each year, and keeping barrels from previous vintages, because I think that too much wood in white wine complicates the fruit. So here we are. This has just been bottled, and in my tradition, rather low alcohol by comparison to most California Chardonnay. This particular one is only 12.8. That's quite an anomaly. Most Chardonnays are 14.5 to 15.5. This one is very charming, I must say. The grapes weren't terribly ripe by design, barely 21 bricks, but the fruit is absolutely beautifully sort of ripe apple, that subtle creme brulee character that one gets from Surly's aging. Really not a noticeable oak aroma, although I think it's in the background as a spice often should be. But the nose is very clean, very forthcoming, rich without being heavy, if you can grasp that notion. Delicious in the mouth. It seems, like, wow, that wonderful bright acidity, but there's backbone behind it. It's a remarkable trait that I've been able to achieve with the slightly less than normal ripe fruit, yet achieving this richness in the mouth with barrel fermentation, Surly's aging, and a lack of intervention. I really like this wine. I think it's going to do very well. These wines also, because of the lack of mallow, tend to age very well. They produce some wonderful kind of creme brulee, ripe pear aromas as it ages, and the acidity just maintains it right on through. Anyway, cheers, thank you.